Yeah, what's up everyone? You know me, still me, man. Mario Fan 520. Welcome back to another movie review. Today I'll be doing a movie review of an animated film. Yes, an animated film. And I'm going to be doing a movie review of one of my favorite childhood animated movies, The Incredibles. And it was directed by Brad Bird and was released in 2004 in cinemas everywhere. And was released by Walt Disney Pictures and, Pixar and stuff like that. And this is literally one of Pixar's masterpiece films. It's very good. It has everything. So it's basically about superheroes. So basically, these family of superheroes have to face problems in the real world. Like, they can't like be supers anymore. Basically, so basically, this man named Bob, also known as Mr. Incredible. He's basically one day invited to an island to basically defeat some kind of droid or something like that, a robot or something. And the robot was made by some guy named Syndrome, who was also one of his fans back then when he was younger and stuff like that. And superheroes actually got to do they actually got to use their superpowers and stuff like that. And as a kid, he was known as Buddy Pine, and basically he's been rejected by these superheroes, and now he's basically tired of it. So he basically wants to get rid of the Incredibles, and not only that, he wants to get rid. He literally gets rid of every superhero that enters that island and tries to defeat the Omnidroid. And if they get rid of it the first time, that's great, but they have to go back to the island the second time, and literally everyone who faces that robot the second time dies. So basically, Helen, or aka Elastigirl, finds out that Mr. Incredible's in trouble, and she, along with two other kids, Dash and Violet, go on an extremely dangerous journey to unite with him again so they can become supers and save the world. I'm just gonna tell you one thing only. I highly love this movie. It's like, in my opinion, it's the best Pixar movie out there. It literally is. It's so good. This is definitely one of Pixar's best creations that they've ever done. And it's probably, I think, Pixar's 5th animated film, if I'm correct, or 6th. I think it's actually 6th animated feature film. And this film is probably the darkest Pixar film to date, aside from Brave, another dark Pixar film. I mean, literally two days ago, I rewatched this movie, and I did not realize how dark this movie was. I mean, I grew up on this movie as a kid and I loved it and I shared it with my friends, but when I watched it, I didn't realize how much, like, violence and darkness Pixar was going for this film. Like, you know, what I found very, very interesting about this film is the villain. Let's talk about the villain. So Syndrome, when it comes to Syndrome, he's basically a kid in an adult suit. He's basically a kid in an adult body. So basically, ever since Syndrome has been rejected, he plans on getting back at the Incredibles and all the other supers. And basically, what caught my attention is he successfully got rid of all those supers, but failed to get rid of the Incredibles. And this movie was not only dark to me, but it was kind of sad. I mean, if you think about it, I mean, all these other superheroes, if you look at that Chronos scene where Mr. Incredibles is on the computer and that enormous giant screen or something like that, you can see all these supers. They just wanted to live their glory days and go back to being superheroes. So basically, Syndrome invited these supers to the island, and they thought they were going to be supers again. They were going to fight this Omnidroid, and everything was going to be okay. Wrong. Literally every superhero that's on that screen is either terminated or they have an unknown location. And that's what made me feel bad for those supers. They wanted to be supers again. They wanted to live their days, but no. They were going to be invited to an island thinking that they were going to be supers again. Nope. They were literally just wiped out like that. And this movie is not just a movie about superheroes. It's a movie where we get to see it's a movie where we get to see a family struggling with things on what they want to do in their life and what they need to do in order to survive. And the characters that you really care about, like Mr. Incredible, Mrs. Incredible, Violet, Dash, and if you count Jack, Maybe. But other than that, all these 4 characters have something that make them unique. Bob has super strength. Mrs. Incredible can extend her body for some reason. Violet can disappear and make a force field. And Dash can run fast. But I'm just gonna tell you this. If you love animated movies, especially like Disney movies, and if you haven't seen this movie yet, come on, man. I mean, just come on. Come on. If you're a fan of superhero movies, you will dig this movie. You definitely will. But if you're not, you'll probably find this movie fine. But from a superhero movie, this movie has everything. Everything you would want out of a superhero movie. And when this movie came out, critics were amazed on how this movie turned out. It won 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it blew the box office. It definitely blew the box office. I'm just gonna say this to you, Pixar. Pixar, you really do have a way of showing how to make your films. I know others like DreamWorks and stuff like that can be okay when they make films, but Pixar, when it comes to making computer animated films, nothing can top you. You really know how to make films. You've done great with Toy Story. You showed us what you could do with other films like Up, WALL-E, Ratatouille, and I'll just have to say, you surprise me a lot, Pixar. You really do, and especially when it comes to movies like this. You never upset me, and that's what I appreciate about you. And now, before I do end this movie review, I want to talk about a couple more things. First, I'm going to talk about Jack Jack. So Jack Jack's basically a character that's usually off screen for most of the entire film. And usually in the ending, that's when we actually find out he has powers. Unless you've seen the short for The Incredibles, the mini short, Jack Jack Attack. I mean, he has laser vision, turning into a flame of fire, and turning into some kind of monster thing that looks like a evil demised gremlin or something like that. But anyway, guys, this movie was great. I love it a lot. I definitely love it. I grew up on this film for many, many years, and I never let go of it. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's definitely one of my favorite family's favorites. And if you haven't seen this movie, I'm just gonna tell you, get alive. You need to see this movie immediately. It's very good. It's everything you would ever want from a superhero movie. In my opinion, Pixar's best, and I'm going to give The Incredibles an A. This movie definitely deserves to be recognized. It is incredibly well made. Incredibly. So anyway, thank you guys for watching me do a movie review of the Disney Pixar's The Incredibles. What's your favorite Pixar movie? Comment down below, let me know. And just so you know, this week I will be doing movie reviews of animated movies. This week is animated week. So yeah, expect me to do another upload tomorrow. And thank you guys for watching me do another movie review. And as always, I am Mario Fan 520, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.